What's up, guys? So, episode number 2 of winter. Well, I guess it's fall right now. What's today? October 9th? October 9th, 2022. It's fall. All the leaves are starting to turn. And it isn't too cold. It's probably about, what do you think, 70, 60 degrees? What's the temperature right now? I don't know. It isn't too cold. By the way, I'm just talking over this cool video. So, for those of you guys that are preppers and you guys watch the videos of the other preppers, you know, we just have to live our lives, man. We just have to live and continue about our lives, and just enjoy the days before this collapse. Personally, I'm still very much a professional artist. This painting right here that I was working on, this isn't the finished painting, by the way. This is kind of like very early into the painting. There's an art museum down the way, and they have an annual religious art thing. I'm a Messianic Jew. I guess I'll just say Messianic Jew. It's not the correct term. The correct term is Nazarene. So I'm a Nazarene. I'm a Messianic person who believes in the Messiah, Yahusha. And I just happen to be of a Hebrew lineage, whatever. So I'm working on this painting. You know, I already finished. I turned it into the museum. It's hanging in the museum. Oh my gosh, we got to go see the paintings hung up at the museum. Anyways, oh yeah, tomorrow's my day off. So, but anyways, so this painting from start to finish, I worked on it inside the pop-up trailer. For the amount of time that we've been doing the van life, you know, I just been an artist still, you know, on the side, doing commissions and doing artwork on top of ministry stuff, and just, you know, in California we had our own business, and you know, we did caricatures for birthday parties, we did caricatures for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, events, weddings, all kinds of stuff. Sorry if the if the video clip keeps getting repetitive. I'll upload more. You know, like I said, I was just loading it just to talk over it. Anyways, so night 2, episode 2. We've actually been back to the van life for probably almost a year. Probably. You think we've been back into the van life for about a year?
It's barely what? Since April?
April? Okay, so we left our apartment.
5 months ago.
Oh, okay, so yeah, about 5 months. You know, we had the apartment, and she raised the rent, and you know, we left that apartment. The gal raised the rent. She raised the utilities, actually, and it was just too much. It was just too much. So we went back to the vandal thing. Excuse me. Let's see. What can I talk about today? Oh, okay. So, I've had the COVID a couple times, so I don't know. Maybe it's caused a little bit of a strain on my body. So kind of around 1 o'clock, maybe midnight, something like that, I start feeling kind of like short of breath, like, you know, just congested, and I couldn't really breathe too well. So I just get a little bit of vapor rub and just kind of put some on my chest and kind of inhale some vapor rub and stuff. this wool alpaca, 100% alpaca wool poncho that I wear underneath. It's super warm. It's super warm. It has a hood. It's a poncho, and I put it on as the first layer, and then I put on my army jacket. Well, it says it's, the brand says it's U.S. Army. I forgot to take videos and pictures of it so I could show you to review the products. I guess I'll do that on episode 3. And I wear the jacket and I zip it up, and then, we have, like I said, we have the Ridge something. Man, okay, I promise I'll do the products and reviews of the products tomorrow in a video. We have that sleeping bag that's rated for negative 35 degrees. So I just went into Sportsman's Warehouse and I was like, what's the coldest, what's the highest rating or coldest whatever sleeping bag? And they pointed out this one, and it was supposed to be like $150. So it cost $150, but plus taxes it was a little bit more. Yeah, and it's pretty awesome. I'm not shivering cold, Obviously I'm sharing it, so we have it open as like almost like a comforter. I don't have it like single one person, like zipped up like a burrito. We just have it on top like a comforter, kind of like a big old blanket, and it keeps us both warm. Keeps you warm. Yeesh, she said. Hope you could hear that. Yeah, it's it's fall. It hasn't really started snowing. Have we been? Yeah, we've been in several rainstorms already. Yeah, we've been in some rainstorms. A couple of lightning and rainstorms. I'll post videos about that, maybe on the YouTube shorts. It's pretty scary, the wind and all that stuff. So far so good. We're nice and warm. Excuse me. The mornings are starting to get a little chilly. So the mornings are starting to get a little bit chilly. I'm gonna have to dig up my gloves that I got at the gas station. They're just some like gloves with like some sticky pad on the bottom, on the palm side, and to turn the crank on the pop-up trailer. We'll see how cold it gets. It's gonna be really interesting having a pop-up trailer and having snow fall. Like I said, I'm thinking about getting our tent from our other storage, like an actual camping tent, and putting the tent inside the pop-up, and sleeping inside the tent, inside the pop-up, just as extra insulation, extra protection from the cold. We'll see how it goes, but I've said that we both need to like just be literally fully dressed. Well, obviously, like no socks. Socks are cool, whatever. Like, I don't know, my feet don't get cold. I don't know about her feet. But yeah, we're like fully like in jacket, like, so that's the experiment to see, how we can be in the pop-up in the wintertime, in the fall and winter, without having to rely on a gas-powered generator that we have, without having to buy the solar panels, without having the Jackery. I might get one of those candle lanterns that the preppers have recommended. It's like those little lanterns, and apparently if you have a lantern that, like with a candle, it generates a pretty good amount of heat. So I'll have to see about how to put that candle in here somewhere. And see about not knocking it over, so obviously, from LA, we're from LA, and we've seen, like, many RVs, like, on the side of the road, just, like, totally, like, just burnt, because whoever was inside the RV, like, must have, knocked over a candle or something, caught fire, and the whole thing just went up in flames. We haven't, living the van life and the van dweller life thing in LA, we didn't like physically see the RVs or campers like engulfed in flames. We just saw the aftermath. So hopefully, the people inside, survived and got out on time. Um, but yeah, so that's the experiment, to be in this thing without having to rely on heat sources and things like that. I gotta sneeze. um, all right, well, thank you for tuning in for episode 2. Let's see. Oh man, I had to. Okay, so I met. A guy approached me, and this guy was like really down on his luck. He had 7 kids, sweet kids, and his wife, and they were really down on their luck, and they were starving, they were hungry, they were like talking about how they hadn't really eaten in a few days and this and that. They just had no money, and so I had to kind of. I mean, I didn't have to. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it like that. I dug into my canned food and stuff supply, and I gave them quite a bit of the food, for the canned stuff. So I have to document also for this experiment, this pre-collapse, pre-apocalyptic, van dwelling life. As a prepper, I'm preemptively. I've been preemptively preparing for this collapse that's been imminent. Since when? Since when? Since like 2014 or 2015.
What?
When did we get our first Ford Econoline, and leave to? 2016. Okay, so I think that's what she's saying. So 2016. We're living in our little apartment. I was renting a little converted garage. Beautiful, beautiful converted garage. I mean, they had it like a house, man. It was nice. This is my best friend and his family. And, I had a bathroom, had a little kitchen, had a kitchen, like I had a nice, fridge. There was a stove that I never really cooked on, but it was like a nice stove. I mean, my best friend's brother was living in that garage. They had other family members living in there. So when I was renting it, I mean, it was super nice. Like, they left it nice. My best bud's dad, he's like all around knows, does car, auto body, like mechanic, just construction, everything. He was a butcher. Like, oh my gosh, like the guy is amazing. He's like such a cool guy. Anyways, so we left that apartment and we got a Ford Econoline. I sold my Mustang, and that was our first van-dwelling vehicle. It was a Ford Econoline. And, we were in LA, and we left to Fontana, California. It wasn't that cold. It wasn't super cold. It wasn't too crazy hot. Kind of hot. So we've been in, like, the van through, like, rain and winter and stuff like that. But, come on, California winter is like, eh. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. I'm trying to think what like months were cold when we were living just only in the Jeeps before the pop-up. April, May, June, July, August, September, October.
June was still cold.
What was it? June was kind of cold?
Yeah.
So June was...
4 months of summer and then it got cold.
Oh, so we only got 4 months of summer and then it started getting cold?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, there's times, like, I have an older, right now, when we left the current apartment in April, it did start getting cold, and she has a Jeep that's more newer, and I have an older Jeep, and we both have soft tops. Both of our Jeeps are soft tops. Hey, be careful, please. She's about to hit me with her elbow. We both have soft tops, and my soft top, even though my car is older, like my car is more beefed up and like has more specialized like parts, where hers is like more brand new. It's a 2018. Mine's a 2008, right? Mine's a 2008, but mine has a lot of aftermarket custom, like, better parts. So my soft top is actually like the rated the best soft top, aftermarket soft top. But I put my seats down. Mine is a two door, by the way. Hers is a four door. I put my back seats down, and I insulated the back cabin with shop floor, the foam floor mats. I was actually bought a bunch of those way back because I was doing, like, trying to get some Mandalorian armor cosplay. So I have a ton, like a bunch of those foam floor mats that are clean. I didn't use them for floor. I was gonna use them for cosplay. So I insulated the back of my Jeep with that, and it worked wonders. Like, her Jeep with her stock soft top, she was really, like, she was freezing her butt off because she tends to run colder than I do. I tend to have a hotter body temperature all around. So I got her a bunch of those Mylar emergency blankets, and I told her to, wear those, and then, like, have several layers of blankets. So she was doing okay in her Jeep. I was sitting pretty, man. Like, those floor mats insulated my Jeep, like, so well, man. I was sleeping, like, in a t-shirt. She was freezing her butt off in her Jeep. Yeah, she was like, "Yep."
Dying.
And she was dying, she says. I was sitting pretty with a t-shirt and, like, not even covering myself up most of the time cuz just my own body heat in my smaller two-door, like, rear cabin of my Jeep. My own body heat was kind of keeping me, like, nice and warm. But yeah, so this is now going to be fall and approaching winter on in this pop-up trailer. And it isn't fully 100% sealed. There's some little parts where there's little sections of the camper where little openings are. So yeah, I'm gonna have to show you guys the practicality of this pre-apocalyptic pre-collapse van life. So, signing off. Thanks for everything, guys. See you in episode 3.